Yeah, I mean, it's been a struggle these past few days just trying to get any sort of lap times in. You know, we knew going into it was going to be tough on what the references were going to be on the alternates because we got absolutely 0 laps on it. So going into it was kind of a bit of a guessing game, and you know, the timing of when we put the reds on was really bad. You know, we were on our peak lap and 2 drivers came out in front of us and we had to bail. So then it was just kind of like, you know, crossing our fingers on the last lap when the peaks already kind of went over. So it was a bit tough for us, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough race.
What will be the biggest challenge starting where you'll start tomorrow with effectively the whole field in front of you?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, with the new repavement, if it's high grip. I don't know if it's going to be any fuel saving going on, and it's just going to be, we're going to have a really good race car and try to get some passes done.
How frustrating is it to have a lap that looked that good, Marcus, and not be able to transfer?
Yeah, no, I just locked up there, locked the rears into the corkscrew, and I think that's ruined my lap. So it was tough. It was really the only time I went full speed into the corkscrew because it was traffic and red flags and all that. So it's frustrating because the car was really fast all weekend.
Is there a way to describe how enticing this track is to push it to the edge and how easy it is to get over that edge, Marcus?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of grip now with the new surface, and it's really fun to drive. But obviously, with all that grip in the groove, you go a little bit off groove, and then it's really slippery instead. So it's tough out there, but it's fun. I enjoy it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't pit because there wasn't something I liked. We planned for 2 laps. We got impeded on our second lap. It was just traffic. You know, I mean, you take that risk when you go out early on the reds, and people came out in front of us. We're going really slow. I was up like 4/10 until I kind of ran into the back of them, kind of around turn 5, turn 6 area. And I just lost a ton of time from there. So it's unfortunate, and I was just stuck right on the gearbox of below starting the next lap, so it wasn't like I could go for another lap. So just dove into pit lane. I figured that was it. They made a change to the car. We tried to cool down the tires a little bit and go back out, but it just wasn't enough. You know, we took that gamble to go early, and it bit us because we got, first of all, traffic, and I think the track also got better there, too, at the end. So unfortunate. We thought we definitely had a car that we could fight for the pole with, but, yeah, so it sucks to go out this early.
Well, on my best lap, you know, Stingray went off right in front of me in 3 and just brought a ton of dirt back on, and so you couldn't attack the corner exit with power down, and, you know, we lost a 10th, just over a 10th in that sector, which we've been strong all weekend. So, you know, I'm really frustrated. You know, unfortunately, you know, we got stuck behind him, and that's the way these cards fall sometimes. But it certainly hurt us, and then I would just say that, you know, I've had a little harder time getting rotation, I think, than my teammates this weekend. In turn 2, the car just didn't turn at all, and 10th and a half there. So, you know, the combination of those 2 corners, you know, really killed us today. But we'll keep our heads down, iPacket machine tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a good day. It's going to be tough tomorrow, for sure, physically, and just race going to be tough.
Describe the challenge for the drivers on this repave. Is it maybe one of the toughest physically challenging races of the year?
Yeah, it'll be the hardest. It'll be the hardest for sure, and it's not even hot outside, so can't imagine what next summer is going to be like here. But you know, it's the same for everybody. I feel like our car's strong. I just knew that we were going to have to be flawless. This wasn't like Portland or Indy GP where I felt super confident. I knew that today we were on the border, and unfortunately, I think Newgarden, you know, you missed by a few hundredths, and that's the way life goes. Our group was absolutely stacked, you know, bottom to top. And, you know, we're going to have to battle hard tomorrow.
Yes, I'm really, really happy, especially because it's my first team ever here in Laguna Seca, and oh my God, what a grip. It's insane, it's insane. But I'm really happy only for the of Dixon, in front of many good drivers and good teams. It's a good result for us, especially battling for a Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, I have a 6th grid penalty for tomorrow, but we will do our best on the race to try the miracle.
Yeah, I couldn't get a grip on the car. We didn't really change much from Q1 to Q2, but it was just 2 consecutive laps where I couldn't attack, and well, obviously that's what happens whenever you're trying to get a lap time out of it, where it just wasn't there. I don't know why it was just such a difference. I don't have an answer for you, but yeah, well, obviously not ideal for the starting position tomorrow, considering I think how hard it is going to be to pass. But yeah, it is what it is.
Is there a better example of your race team this weekend? You've been fast at times, you've had your hand full at times, as to how difficult this new repave here is at Laguna Seca.
It's been fine for us, but for some reason I don't know if we maybe miss it on the pressures a little bit in Q2. It seems fairly sensitive to those kind of things just because of how high commitment it is. It just felt like a completely different car. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it was tough. Grip definitely got a lot more, got a lot faster. Just couldn't really figure out that perfect balance for the fast 12 to make it through. But yeah, it's tough. Guys are going fast, but I would have been more satisfied with a fast 6 appearance, but I think we have good pace in the race, so we'll see how that goes.
Generally speaking, though, there's a lot of optimism in the 21 team. What's been going better here over the last few weeks, and why is that happening?
We've been experimenting a lot, so yeah, really. In Portland, P6 was a pretty good result. Pretty happy with that, and well, season best result during the Bidnow Grand Prix of Portland. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I wish we could have just gotten for that shot for pole, but you know, still best non-oval result this year. So pretty happy.
Did you expect to be this far forward in just your second weekend?
No, definitely before the weekend I didn't, but you know, I knew it was going to be easier sort of coming into this weekend. Just, you know, I didn't race anything all year, so it was going to be a steep learning curve in Portland, but I think we managed that well, and as soon as, you know, I got in the car in Laguna, I've been pretty comfortable, but it's just a shame to miss out on such a small margin, you know. I felt like the lap was pretty good. I made one small mistake, but I think what hampered us most was Grosjean backed off and impeded my first lap, so then I started my push up quite close to him. So I think that's why we missed out, because all the RLL cars have been really quick this whole weekend so far. So happy to see at least Christian up there.
This track has tripped up some veterans with the new surface. How have you been able to jump in and be good and kind of mistake-free so far right off the bat?
I wouldn't say mistake-free. There's been small things here and there, you know, that I'm still learning, but generally it's been very good. But yeah, it's super tough. It's super physical, and yeah, the grip is awesome, to be honest.
It's frustrating. You know, obviously seeing the optimal lap afterwards being a 66.1, it hurts. It hurts right now. You know, I'm happy for Felix to get that pole, you know, leaving McLaren for next season. You know, to finish like that, I think it's pretty cool for him and good for him. So it's, you know, it's tough for us. We knew we were fast all weekend, and I think it just proves that the car has just been there the whole weekend. And I wanted to get the 45 Hy-V Honda on the pole, so we could have finished the season with the most poles. It wasn't meant to be today. I just pushed too hard. I saw on the dash, on the Delta, that I was faster than my Q2 lap, so I went for it. It didn't work, and I paid the price for it.
No, it was the start. Kevin, I dropped a wheel at 10, the fast right-hander. I did it earlier today, but just trying to get that extra little bit. And yeah, I was down 2.5 tenths to start the lap, and then we were coming back through, and the car was mega. I really feel bad for these guys in the XPEL Chevy. Congrats to Felix. It's pretty awesome that he got his last pole with the team there. And yeah, but look, we'll come fighting tomorrow. Another front row start for us in the Thirsty Threes, but it's hard. I'm a competitor, and you know, you miss it by just a whisker, and you know, that was my own doing. So just, you got to push hard, and you don't know when your next pole's going to come, and I felt like we had one there today.
On his way out the door, Felix Rosenqvist delivers with a pole position in his final race for Arrow McLaren. How about that? You said one of my best laps ever. Why was it one of your best laps ever?
Oh, man. I think it's just a combination of this track, this team. You know, the new pavement and everything. It was a gorilla lap. I had to wrestle my way to it. There was a lot of sketchy moments, but that made it so much more special. A big thanks to my Air McLaren crew, Entity Data, Team Chevy. You know, this is obviously going to be our last race together tomorrow, so it's yeah, what a way to get that going. I think especially here, track position is super important, so we could not have given ourselves a better opportunity.
Felix, what kind of personal statement is this for you about what you can do behind the wheel after the announcement is now behind you?
I mean, in a way, it's maybe ironic, but I think it just shows what we can do when we get it together, man. It's like Portland in the race, you know, we have so many highs, unfortunately too many lows this year, and but I think we're absolutely one of the fastest when we get it together, and yeah, it was just so nice to get that lap. You know, the weekend has been kind of difficult. Haven't really had a clear lap until qualifying, but it was yeah, it was well worth the wait.
I can see you're still shaking. I mean, how nerve-wracking is that lap out there?
Dude, I mean,
it's so hard to put together. We've seen all the weekend people are going off. I think our strategy has kind of been to save our moments from qualifying, especially for the Fast 6. But yeah, I mean, it's so physical out there. Turn 9, you're basically like elbow up in the cockpit and you're just holding on. So it's a cool feeling. It makes it really rewarding when you get it right.